If you've been married for over 5 years, you know after a certain length of time that um, things just start changing for you. Life, the way you think, the way you feel, how you move in the world, and sometimes it starts to affect the other person, either to positively or negatively. So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to have a healthy and lasting marriage. So, pay attention. Welcome back to my channel. This is Milan Perry of So Natural Wellness and the Chic Women Don't Diet Coach. So in this video, I'm talking about something that is near and dear to my heart because I have been married for 29 years. And if you're married, well, drop a comment, let me know how many years have you been married. And if you're a newbie, 5 years married or 29 years married like myself, drop a comment, let me know how long have you been married, and I celebrate you whatever year that is for you. So you're going to find this video very helpful because in my 29 years of being married, the one thing that I notice a lot of times we have the tendency to focus on is the financial wellness. But because there are 8 dimensions of wellness, you're going to see how you can have a healthy and sustainable marriage. And you're also going to learn what is my secret to having a healthy and sustainable marriage. So the 8 dimensions of wellness, and I want to get into this a little bit because the 8 dimensions of wellness are financial, emotional, social, environmental, spiritual, occupational, intellectual, and physical. So there are 8 dimensions of wellness, and when we think about marriage and having a healthy marriage, we have to add in the physical component, we have to add in the spiritual component, and we definitely must add in the emotional and environmental component. So what is it that comes to mind when you think about having a healthy and sustainable marriage? Because you're always changing. As a woman, you're always changing. As a couple, you're always changing. Things affect you emotionally, mentally, and environmentally. Your associations, things that you read, things that you watch, we're all affected by our environment. So how do you come together and make sure that you're still able to keep that glow and that sparkle despite everything that's going on around you in your environment? And when we think about all of these things, how they can affect us they can affect us positively, or you can even be affected negatively by everything that's going around you. And then you can bring that into your marriage so you, in essence, don't have that healthy lifestyle in your marriage, that healthy longevity, sustainable marriage. So let me tell you something what I discovered just recently. So being married 29 years, this is what I've discovered recently. You can't change anyone. You can't. You can only change yourself. And if you go into the idea of being married or after so many years that you think that you can change your spouse, let me tell you now, you're incorrect, because you can't. You can only work on yourself, and then you work to build up your marriage. If your marriage is not really on the stable and it's a little on shaky ground, or you notice you're getting to a stage where you're starting to draw apart instead of drawing closer together. This is my other chic tip that I've noticed. Who we are is who we are. We change over the years. We assimilate things around us, but who we are in essence, who we are beneath the core, is who we are. And if you think that you can change that, then you've misled yourself, because you can't. What we can do is become a better version of ourselves, and that will influence the other person. Not that you're trying to show them up, but yet your good conduct, your good behavior, the way that you are, the person that you're becoming. Here's the thing, we often forget about certain principles, and I'm going to bring this in because I'm a very spiritual woman. I have a strong faith in God. So we have to remember the golden rule, and this is something even those who are not Christian believe in. The golden rule: do unto others as you want them to do to you. We always forget that when it comes to our family. We forget about that when it comes to our marriage. Your next of kin, your next door, your next neighbor is the person that's in your household. It is the person that you wake up to every day. It is your mother. It is your father. It is your brother. It is your sister. It is your mate. So to have a healthy and sustainable marriage, you must remember that one rule. That is a golden rule. That is a principle that dictates how we behave around people, other people, and yourself. So however you want people to treat you, you treat them the same way. It doesn't matter if it is your husband and you've been married for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You treat them the same way you want to be treated. And even though we remain the same, we change. Even though we may change, your core persona will stay the same. Checking out of the Grand Marina Resort in Michigan, in New Buffalo, Michigan, I wanted to, once I go down to the lobby, I have a few last words that I want to share with you. And so let's get going. I have to have my mask on in the lobby, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me. So let's go and check out. Communication. Communication is so important in a marriage, and if you've been married over 5 years, you know that you get busy, life catches up, and so many things start to happen where you are not focused on each other, you're not focused on things that are important, and you can find yourself drifting in your marriage. So communication is really important, and the one thing about communication is that men typically don't communicate the same way women does. So for a woman, we overflow our emotions. Number one, we're full of emotion, and our emotions just overflow. So when our emotions overflow, we have a lot to say because we are emotional people, so we have a lot to say. But when it comes to men and the way they communicate, they have to dig deep, and because they're sometimes culturally, sometimes their upbringing, they're just not used to pulling up what's inside of them and really communicating in a way that is valuable for the marriage. So to have a healthy marriage, one, good communication is so important, and talking about everything that bothers you, how something makes you feel, and seeing where you are now in your relationship and where you were and where you want to go. So communication is one element of a chic and healthy marriage. And the second thing that's really important for a chic and healthy marriage is spending time with each other. Time that's focused, time where you're not focused and concentrating on so many other things. You're not working, you're not watching TV, you're not talking about work, you're not talking about yourself, you're not talking about the kids, but you're focused on each other and each other's needs. And it doesn't always mean sexual needs, but just their needs, their emotional needs, and your mental needs. Having that deep, intimate conversation about things that have been bothering you, affecting you in your life. So drop a comment. Let me know if you've been married, if you are married, if you've been married over 5 years, if you've been married, if you're newlywed and any of this resonate with you, drop a comment and let me know what exactly have you found that's been helping you to live a chic and healthy marriage. Until our next time together. And I'm staying here at the beautiful Marina Grand Resort in Michigan, Michigan City. So check out this place. It's really beautiful, and it's been a step away from the city. I live in Chicago, so this has been such a retreat for me and my husband just to break away and to spend time with each other. So until our next time together, as always, stay beautiful and healthy.